Hello, Flosstube. It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. This is Flosstube number 75. It is March the 10th, 2024. I had to think about that for a minute. It has been a few weeks, so lots has been going on. I have been to the Beach Please retreat down in Clearwater, Florida. That was a surprise trip. No one knew that Chantal of 141 Design and I were coming until the night before. We had to let one of the friends that we were surprising in on the secret. But that was super fun. We've held that secret for months. Stacy of Thread the Needle Stitchery, thank you so much. She put on the retreat and the event, and she also kept our secret. So thank you. It was absolutely a blast. Had such a good time. Florida was absolutely beautiful. It was so good to see all of your beautiful faces there. For everybody that was there, it was great to meet a lot of new stitchers, stitchers that I've just seen here, either on YouTube or social media, to meet you in person, as well as catch up with old friends. Quite a few friends that I actually met at my first retreat, which was the Pep Rally retreat last September in Michigan. So that was so much fun. I have done a lot of stitching since I talked to you guys last. I have done a lot of felt stitching. I have done a lot of cross stitching. I have been madly working on my craft space cleaning. I've had a lot of work to do just for my regular paper crafting job. And then I have some fun things that I can't talk about yet that are coming in the future. So very excited about that. I have heard from several of you guys wanting to know, when is the next SAL? And I like to wait until everything is planned before I announce any stitch alongs. That is what SAL stands for. And I am happy to announce, well, not announce, pre-announce that next week's Flosstube will be about the upcoming SAL. This will be my Flossiversary SAL this year. I decided to do a Flossiversary SAL. Happy coincidence that my 2-year Flossiversary will fall May 17th. And so we are going to actually start this stitch along in April, with the finishing tutorial being that week of May 17th. Just as a fun kind of celebration of 2 years of me being on Flosstube. So very excited about that. All the details are to come. I will not be announcing any of that until the time of that Flosstube episode next week. So stay tuned, because it will be in my Flosstube. It will be on my stitching page. It will be on social media. It will be everywhere. And I'm thrilled with everything about the new SAL coming up. I think you guys are going to love it too. I actually have the next 2 SALs planned, so I'm very happy about that. That's going to take us clear to fall, because I'm trying not to overwhelm my schedule too much this year, and I like to do my SALs in a very thoughtful and specific way. And so this is, I think, going to work really, really well. Now, that doesn't mean there won't be other finishing tutorials, and you never know. Sometimes I just do a random SAL, like we did the Valentine's Quaker. That was just a spur of the moment. We put that together in like 2 days and then came out with it. So it's not always, but normally my normal MO is to make sure it's really planned out before we get started. So that's kind of it for catching up on what's been going on here. I can't tell you guys a lot. I can tell you guys that later in 2024 and going into 2025, I'm very, very excited about some things that are coming. So for now, that's all I can say. Couple of notes before we get started. I include timestamps down in the description to make it easy to jump to what you're interested in watching. Or if you need to come back, you're like, okay, I need to see how was that FFO, or what was the link to that FFO video, or I need to go look at the giveaways because maybe you noticed a friend's name was said or something like that. I put timestamps down in the description to hopefully make that easier for you. Also, I include links to almost everything that I talk about or share in the video if I have a link for it. If I don't have a link for it, then then I don't provide a link, or sometimes I miss one. So if you think, I think she's missing a link to that, please feel free to reach out and let me know. One last note. I am going to be announcing giveaway winners differently. I don't want that to be such a long segment in my videos. So it's going to be a scrolling little screen showing you the prize and the winner's name at the end of the videos, or check the timestamp to see where it's included in the video, just to kind of eliminate the length of that segment just a little bit. I think I'm going to like that a little bit better going forward. I've kind of taken a look at what I want to include in my videos, and that's something that I just want to kind of tweak a little bit and make it a little bit shorter and quicker. So hopefully you guys will like that new format as well. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into a couple of felt stitching FFOs. Okay, my first FFO for this week is a project I shared a couple of weeks ago, and it is some felt Easter egg bowl fillers, or you could also thread some twine or pretty ribbon through the top or catch it when you're stitching this and make these like ornaments for a little Easter tree. I may still thread some twine through these, or a thin ribbon, and hang them from a tree. I haven't decided. I am going to be doing my Easter decorating this weekend, so I will definitely share that as I get these finished. These are a project I did with Shari of Shari Moss. These are a project I did with my friend Shari Moss. We did a video blog hop, so definitely click right up here in the corner if you would like to see Shari's eggs that she made. I used a combination of Binzi design and pashta design, mostly pashta. This flower, this flower, this flower are Binzi. Everything else is pashta, and my felt is just a combination of what I have on hand. I do have only 100% wool felt that I use, so that is what I used for my eggs. But these are going to be the perfect little decorative pieces for Easter this year. I had wanted to make some of these last year and never got around to it. I'd actually like to make quite a few more. You can see that I definitely went very light pastel spring with mine. I added things like some ribbon, seed beads, lots and lots of layering, dimensional florals, gathered flowers, which I share in the next project I'm going to share with you. I share an up close on how to do gathered flowers, more seed beads, things like that. And then even embroidery stitches. This die from Pashta does beautiful embroidery stitches and all of that good stuff. I am linking to this video right here in the upper corner of the screen. So if you want to check out how I made these, there is still time to place an order, get some of these products, or if you already have them, to stitch up some Easter egg decor for this year. So that is my first project. I am out of practice for putting all my little things on the screen. So here, felt Easter eggs using Pashta design and Binzi design dies. For my next FFO, it's another felt project. This is what I made to take to the Beach Please retreat for table gifts. So I have a video, again, right here in the upper right corner of the screen, that you can check out for how I created these felt scissor fobs. Now this is again combination of Pashta Design and Binzi Design dies. And I made scissor fobs from felt. So I cut 2 pieces of felt like I would do a stuffed piece. I actually filled this with poly pellets instead. You can see it's tiny. You don't want something huge for your scissors. I made my own cording, which I also share in that video. I added beautiful, bright florals. To me, this was my beachy floral type thing. And I even made or decorated these little muslin bags with a little felt flower as well to just kind of match. Super easy. I made enough of these for table gifts as well as a gift for Stacy, the host of the retreat, and also one for Emily Call, who was the guest designer. So just a little idea if you're going to a retreat of maybe an idea on something you can make. I also have a business card that I had made in here, which I really love. It has texture. I kind of went with the bougie business card. But that way, I thought it was nice to have these. So, because you get a lot of things at retreats, or you tend to, people come around and give things. It's often sometimes hard to know who gives you what. So that was my little way of just helping out the recipients. So that was my little felt scissor fob. And that is it for FFOs this week. I wish I had more to share. I have a whole stack over here, but I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm trying to give myself some grace because so much has been going on. Let's go ahead and dive into my big finish. Okay, so I started this quite a while ago. I have shown it to you guys off and on over the months. This is Hands-On Design Season 2, A Year of Celebration Continues. I was doing this stitch along with that quarter shop. I mean, they finished a long time ago. I was so close, you guys. I had like 3 months. I think I was like 3 months behind. I'd kind of skipped around a little bit. And then I just kind of, other things came along and I squirreled off this direction and that. But I'm really in a mood to finish things that I have started. I'm still starting new things as well, but I really am in that let's get things finished up mood. So I was able, and I'll show a close-up too, but I wanted to hold this up. You'll notice it in the screenshot for the video or the thumbnail for the video today. I wanted to show it all together. This is my finished piece. I did use the Fat Quarter Shop Conversion Kimberly's Colors Classic Color Works. I stitched this on 25 count. Maybe I should put this up on the screen, huh? So Season 2, A Year of Celebration Continues. And I stitched it on 25 count Prim Lugana from Lori Holt. 2 over 2. So that's 2 threads over 2 threads. 2 strands of floss over 2 Lugana even weave threads. So let's do a close-up here and show you guys. I am going to take this to the framer. I'll show all of it. Also, I'm going to zoom back out. I zoomed in to show the other things, but we need to zoom back out a little bit. So we have January, February, March. These are also adorable, stitch individually. I love that I did stitch it all as one piece. The border is a free download from Hands-On Design, so if you want to do this, you can also grab that free border. But we have January, February, March, April. These bunnies are adorable. May, June was my last block I finished. So this was, I know, crazy. I completely worked out of order, but I finished up my June block. When I started this stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop, July is where we started. So we have July, August, September. I think that's the only months that I did like when I was supposed to. Then I believe I skipped to December. and I had left these. So I actually, the final 3 blocks I had left to finish were June, October, and November. And I finished October, did November, and then finished June. Just kind of whatever. But I love how it turned out. I am going to take this to get it framed. Looks like I need to press it again. I pressed all of this, but who knows. Anyway, I absolutely love it. I think it turned out great. I know I've mentioned this before, but if I were to start stitching this right now where I am, I probably would have picked 36 count fabric. But when I started this, I liked stitching on Lugana and 25. Not that I don't, I still do stitch on Lugana. I'll show you another one that I'm working on. But I love that it's kind of part of my stitching story. And so I'm really excited to go get this one framed. This is my first big piece finish, since I know they're all individual, but I stitched it as one. So it's my first big piece finish. Super excited, and I love it so much. So that is my only full, or not full finish, but finish stitch from the last few weeks. Whips. So the first whip I am going to share with you, nope, not that, is my Blooming Tiny Town. This is something I took with me to work on while I was at the Beach Please retreat. I did get a little bit stitched. I do find with these heart in hand charts that what looks like a tiny bit of stitching ends up being a lot because it's a lot of color changes. I am stitching this, and I will be finishing it into a drum. I will have a drum tutorial for this coming soon. I have finished up to right here. I have this left to do. So I have, I mean, that's not too much. I probably could finish that in an evening or two. I don't know. It really looks like it shouldn't take that long, but I promise with all the color changes, it does. I always think I'm going to have it done, but I did, let's see, I think I finished this and did this while I was at the retreat. So here is my stitch. Here is my piece. I'm going to see if I can brighten that up just a little bit. I am stitching this on 32 count Lagoon by Fiber on a Whim. Now I do stitch, that does not look right, but I think it was because it was off. I had to pick that out. I like to stitch on 36 or 40 most of the time these days. However, I think I mentioned this when the last time I talked about this chart and this stitch. I did a drum for the Big Hearted Tiny Town, and I want to do a drum for this one as well. And I feel like if you stitch this on something smaller, it's going to be an even tinier Tiny Town. And I did not want to go tinier. So this is 32 count. I love it. And I love it on the blue as opposed to the kind of, neutral color here. I think it's super fun. And again, that is Lagoon by Fiber on a Whim, 32 count. Look how cute that is. Isn't that just so fun? I absolutely love it. I'm excited to get back to this one. All right, so that is one whip. Better get my ducks in a row here. Whip number 2 is a Moment in Chalk. This is the hands-on design. This is my big one for this year that was started last year. This is like my oldest whip of all time because I've restarted it like 3 times. So I am just stitching each month one at a time. I'd finished my centerpiece. I got my outline boxes. I kind of thought would be able to stitch along this border, but so far I haven't. I probably just need to sit down and get to stitching it. However, I was able to get February done in February. I'm very happy about that. I am stitching this on 32 count charcoal gray Lugana with all the called for Gentle Arts threads, 2/2. I'm going to bring my color back here a little bit. So really pretty. There are buttons for each of these. I'm not, and for this as well, I'm not adding them until the end. I will have this framed too. So once I'm all done, I need to get started on March. I really like the March block. So here is the February block and how that's going to look. And of course, here is this. You do buy this chart, and it does come with the whole big border. You can stitch just this if you want to, or you can stitch it all together, or you can stitch these individually, however you want to do it, because it shows you how it looks like in a little tartan, and then how it looks as part of the overall big piece. And that is A Moment in Chalk, Chalk Squared by Hands On Design and Just Another Button Company. My next whip is actually a whip / restart. I started Channing Street last year. This is by Annie B's Folk Art, and I love this. This was chart number 100. It was a market release, if I'm not mistaken. My friend Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, has just finished hers. And I think part of the reason that I was having such a hard time with this chart was, and I'm going to show you, I started this and I started it on, what is this? It's got the tag. Parchment by Fiber on a Whim, 36 count parchment. And while I don't hate it, it was too dark. I'm looking at this. What was even the called for? Summer Khaki from Zweigart. It has quite a bit of modeling. It was just a little darker than I wanted. So I've let it kind of sit, and that's all I've had done. So this is just since I've talked to you guys last. I saw Jessica's and I was like inspired, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to restart. So I restarted, you guys. And not only, oh, I'm going to have to fix the lighting again. This lighting today is something else. So I decided to stitch this on, I picked something I had. I have plenty of fabric. So this is 36 count Harvest Wheat from Color and Cotton. It was part of the November 2023 Fabric Club, but it's a much lighter neutral, you can see, than what I had started on. And I knew immediately when I started and I stitched what I'd had before. I stitched more, and then I just went ahead and I did all of my outlining. So all I have to do is go in and finish filling in the border with these berries, finish my alphabet. This right here in the center is over 1. Jessica says don't save that to last. So definitely don't want to do that. But I just love it. I think it is so pretty. And I've got my house mostly outlined, but I wanted to make sure it met up. I will tell you, I had a boo-boo right here. I had to rip out all of this and all of just this bottom. This was fine. This was fine. And I had to restitch it, but it went really fast. So what I'm saying is I feel like this is as big as it is. I have the guts of this stitch done, and now I can just kind of do all the fun stuff except for this over 1. My plan is to do the leaves that come off of this and to start doing the over 1 and just kind of make myself do a little over 1, you know, until it's done, and then do all of the fun things. But absolutely love it. I am stitching it with all of the called for DMC and overdyes. There's only 1, 2, 3 overdyes, I think, in this. And it's actually stitching pretty quickly. Now, okay, so this is a funny little rule. It's not even a rule, you guys. I had ironed this like a week ago, and I didn't get my Flosstube filmed last week. And so I wouldn't let myself work on it because I didn't want to re-iron it. How dumb is that? But Chantal said, this has been months ago. She's like, once it's ironed, you can't touch it again. And that's just so silly. But it's true. So I'm excited to get back to this and do some more stitching on it and kind of share my progress. I hope to have that one done pretty quickly. I'm hopeful. Okay, and again, I think, did I share that what I was stitching that on? 36 count harvest wheat by Color and Cotton. Okay, pretty sure I don't think I shared this one last time. The problem with not filming is you forget what you've shared and what you haven't. So I believe these next two that I'm going to share, well, I know the other one is, are brand new. First up, we have Liberty Pennies by Hands On Design. This is a new market release. So this just came out. This was available at a retreat that my friend Chantal went to several months ago. So she actually gave this to me as a gift at Christmas. And I did get it started. And I'll show you how much I have, because really this could be done with an evening or two of stitching. Here is where I am at on this one. The colors are amazing. Now this is stitched on the sample on the chart, 32 count charcoal. I'm stitching on 36 count charcoal. So mine's going to be a little bit smaller. I'm stitching one strand over two with all of the called for colors. Look at how they pop on this. And this has not been bad to stitch on at all. I kind of thought I was a little worried, but because I think I'd been stitching on a Moment in Chalk, this was not bad at all. I was very happy with this, and I'm super excited to get this stitched. I love this finish. However, I have an idea for finishing this. I hope it works, and I will have a tutorial if it does, but that's all I'm going to say right now, because I'll let you know when we get closer to that. But I have to say, I love stitching, patriotic stitching, and so this kind of got me in the mood to stitch more patriotic. So again, this is Liberty Pennies by Hands On Design, and this is one of the new Market 2024 releases. I absolutely loved everything Kathy had come out this year, so I'll be stitching up more of them soon. Okay, so I've also started my Easter stitching. The spring, the blooming tiny town is one of those pieces I picked to do this year. I've also chosen Mrs. Bun E. Tail from With Thy Needle and Thread. It is kind of a stand-up shaped bunny stitch. I'm really into different finishes this year, I've noticed. That might be kind of my theme. Like, you know, drums and biscornues and these stuffed things. I mean, the Stacey Nash pieces, the Animal Crackers pieces from Market. Oh my word. But I want to stitch this. So I told myself I could start 2 new stitches. Blooming Tiny Town is one. This was the other. And if I get kind of those done, and I think I only have one other Easter whip from last year, which I'll show here in a little bit, then I could move on to some other Easter charts. And I did pull Easter charts that I would like to stitch, and I'll show those to you here in a little bit. But I started this, and this will be done probably before next week. I started this last night, and here's where I'm at. So I am stitching this on, so sorry everybody, 36 count Mushroom Bold by Color and Cotton. This was maybe the February color, if I'm not mistaken. But I just needed a nice neutral that the stitching would show up on. I will say, and I didn't bring the rest of my chart in here, I can't remember what this is that the model stitched on. I didn't have it, and I have so many neutral fabrics, I just wanted to choose something. This must be lighter than what this is. I know the pictures never really properly tell you what is what, because this color for the basket was supposed to be wasabi from Classic Colorworks, and it was the same color as this. So I stitched that in grits. And then these eggs were supposed to be Weeks Dye Works Seafoam. Well, I thought I ordered all the colors for this chart, but they sure weren't with the rest of the colors I ordered for this, because it's a combination of Gentle Arts, Weeks, and Classic Colorworks. And so I actually picked, oh, what's it called? I'll tell you. Okay, so I did grits because grits showed up nice, and it did show up. The basket looks great. And I used Barrel Cactus from Classic Colorworks. I went through, I did not want to order. I don't have an LNS local anymore. I did not want to order one color of floss for the eggs in this basket. So I looked in my stash. I thought, oh, I pulled a couple. Barrel Cactus one. I love it. It's the look I wanted. So that worked great. Those are the only substitutions I have made so far. I'll let you know when I stitch the bird if I make a change there. But the only thing that I think might be a booger is you have to count really far up to stitch this inside of the ear. But I think it'll be fine. I'm excited. I'm excited to have this. I have a display idea all ready for this one. So that is my other new start, and I'm really happy with how much I got stitched. I think this guy's going to stitch up really, really fast. I love all the detail on this. The only thing I don't love, and I was talking to my friend Jody about this when we were at retreat, the tail is a cotton ball, like a real cotton ball dipped in some kind of tea or something. I'm not doing that. I can promise you that right now. I'm not doing that. I'm not stitching this and putting a cotton ball tail on. I'm going to make a pom-pom. I'm going to make it good. And if I love it, I'll share. I guess if not, I won't. But I'm going to do something different for the tail. I'm not putting a cotton ball on there. Okay, so just a reminder, next week I will be sharing all the details about my next sal. I'm very excited. So definitely stay tuned. Come back next week and see me. I cannot wait to share that. We will be starting that in April leading up to my May Flossiversary, as I mentioned earlier in the video. The other thing I wanted to talk about, I'm not going to be doing a Beach Please retreat recap in my video. There are so many good recap videos out there right now. So I would like to let you know about a few that I have watched. There's probably so many more. I know I missed them. And I haven't, they're on my to be watched list. I haven't got to them yet, but, this isn't actually a retreat recap, but while we were at Beach Please, my friend Chantal of 141 Design, she did do an interview. She did an interview with Emily Call. She did an interview with Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher. She did an interview with Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo. She did an interview with Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala, and she did an interview with me, as well as Stacy from Thread the Needle Stitchery that put on the retreat. It is such a good watch. It's a fantastic interview, and I will have links down below for all of these channels and videos that I'm talking about. Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, did a really wonderful recap of Beach Please, and I will link to that video down below as well. Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala, she also did one. And then Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo. Alicia, I'm sorry. Why can I not say that? She talked about her retreat coming up in July in Florida, but in her interview with Chantal. But she also did an amazing live market recap on her channel. And I'm going to link to that video down below because it was just what I needed earlier this week. She did an amazing job and it was just so wonderful. And I absolutely love her. So definitely check that out if you would like a really good market recap, because we have had I guess I say we, but there was the retreat and then there was market. There's been a lot going on in the industry. And then the other channel I would like to draw your attention to is the Bougie Sisters. Jenny and Nancy did a great market recap, and I got to meet them, and they are absolutely amazing. I love that they're sisters who do Flosstube together, so give them a watch if you don't already watch them already. And they also gave out some amazing gifts to everybody there. They were giving out thread drops for people. Oh my gosh, you guys, they made them for everybody. So it was really, really nice. But please watch those channels if you would like some great Beach Please retreat recaps. All right. Let's talk about some Easter stitching and what's on my wish list to stitch. All right, these are going to be in no particular order. I am just going to show you what I have. Obviously, no, it will not all get stitched. We have Grandma's Candy Dish from With Thy Needle and Thread. You're going to notice a real theme here about what I like. Or what I like for Easter. It's so funny. This was a new one this year. This is also a new one this year. This is Hoppy Easter from With Thy Needle and Thread. This really reminds me of the snowman bucket I did. And then the last new one this year is Hello Spring. It's absolutely beautiful. So those are the 3 new Brenda Gervais charts for this year. What year is this one? This one was last year from Brenda Gervais. This is Spring Awakens. I've seen a lot of people finish this one. I'm thinking I may stitch this up because these holiday hooplas go really fast. This is Holiday Hoopla Easter. And what year is this one from? 2019. Really cute little bunny. And I'm sure this is Whisper Floss on his little bunny tail. Little bunny bum. Okay, then this is a whip from last year. This is Annie B's Folk Art. This is Hop to It. I know this is a 28 count fabric. I'm trying to decide if I think I'll just finish stitching on here. Briefly, I considered not, but I don't think I want to change anything. It's kind of a minty green color. I have no idea what color it is. I'm going to have to go back and look it up. I literally just pulled it out of the bag that it was in when I was looking for all of my Easter things. It is 2 strands over 2, and I know I'm using all of the called for DMC. Oh, it is. I'm using the called for fabric. It's Green Sapphire by Zweigart. I remember that I did buy the called for. So I do want to finish that one for this year since it started. And then in that same bag, I found that I had Atomic Ranch Morning Mint 36 count. It is much lighter than this. So when I say I briefly considered switching, I briefly considered not switching, but well, yes, I guess switching, restarting this on this, but I don't think the white will show up at all. It's enough lighter that I don't think so. So, but I do have this and it's super pretty and it's been living in a bag. I had no idea it was even in there. Oh my goodness. And then I want to stitch the Country Cottage Needleworks Dream Big, that bunny with that giant carrot. I think it'll be super pretty on this. And that is what I have pulled for Easter wish list stitching. In addition to the whips I've shown you, I will be sharing Easter stitches that I've already done next week. So I'll be sharing about the sale next week. I'll be sharing my Easter stuff because by then I'll have it all out and decorated. So stay tuned and I'll show you all of that in next week's video. Stitchy mail. I have a lot to catch up on this week, everyone. So let me show you some of the awesome things that have come. First up, my sweet friend Pat and Rascal George sent a beautiful card. I'm going to show you how this works. Look at this beautiful Easter card. I mean, this is decoration in itself. Absolutely love this. So, so beautiful. So, Pat, thank you. Then she always sends the most amazing things that she makes out of paper. So first of all, look at this cute little thing. I'm trying to think how this came because it was folded flat, wasn't it? Well, anyway, it has a rubber band in it because you can put an egg in here, I'm sure. Look how cute. Absolutely adorable. Oh my gosh, I love it. She sent these, which I love. They are teeny tiny dauber sticks. They're great for like cleaning up. I've used these in the past for like cleaning up my sewing machine, but they're just awesome. So thank you. Those are incredible. And then she does the best packaging. This says it's for Ethan and I got to tell you, I told Ethan he couldn't have this stuff till I filmed. In a minute, I'm going to show you what I did let him have, but I didn't let him have this stuff until I filmed, which was kind of funny. My light is so crazy today. I'm so sorry. So look at this cute packaging. I'm going to open it because I wanted to not mess it up until I was on camera. Look how cute this little box is. And then it has some awesome little treats. Oh, how nice. There's a nice little note in there too. Look at that. Oh my goodness, you guys. Absolutely adorable. Thank you, Pat. That's not all though. Let me move that. Then she also did this. This is what he really tried to take off with, Pat, by the way, which was hilarious. So now I can tell him he can have it. It's the cutest little Easter basket. Let me see if I can. I'm going to try to do this. Hold on. I'm really irritated with my light today. It's this cute little basket that she made, and it's filled with all kinds of yummy things. Oh my gosh, look at that. Little eggs, Cadbury eggs, Reese's, Hershey Kisses. I know that's the Hershey Kisses that he wanted, by the way. And probably this. So cute. So Pat and Rascal George, thank you guys so much. Always the most awesome little holiday goodies, and I love it. Let's go ahead and do this one next. Now, I don't have all of this one to show. This is my friend Donna. She sent this beautiful card with one of my favorite Concord and Ninth sets. And she sent a box of happiness. And you guys, it was a box of happiness. Now, I'm telling you about it and not showing it to you. Well, I'm going to show you one thing. Because it was filled with candy. All kinds of candy. And I told Ethan he could take it downstairs and so, to his lair. But he took the chocolates and all of that good stuff, and he was super excited. I did save a couple of the Hershey Toffee Crunch bars, and they're in the kitchen, but for me. But oh my gosh. Yeah, Donna, thank you so much. I know I told you in Friday's live, but thank you, thank you. But she also sent, and I want to show this to you because she included the stuff in here. This is handcrafting meadow brick gourds, which is super cool. They take gourds and then they make the most cute things out of them, you guys. Here is the information. I will add a link to them down in the description as well. But I wanted to show you these because see the bunnies? Look what she sent me. You guys, I have a display that I'm going to put this in, but I want to show you because she even sent the little tea light. How cute is that? Oops, I knew I was going to dump it over because it's hard to show. You know what? Let's just flip this way. How adorable. So again, this is Meadowbrook Gourds, and I will put a link to them down in the description if you're interested at all. So cute. And then she sent this adorable little Hershey mug because there was so much Hershey candy and stuff, I'm sure, from Hershey, Pennsylvania. But so good. And Ethan thanks you greatly for the Easter candy because I hadn't bought any yet. So he was very, very, very happy. Okay, Susan sent this. She had an extra. It's the Valentine's Quaker and the called for ripe melon floss. So I will be including this in a giveaway. Susan, thank you so much for sharing that with my viewers. We will have a giveaway for that soon. This is a card from Sherry. Absolutely adorable. I love those flip-flops. They're one of my favorites. Actually, this goes in this stack. I have everything in my little stacks. Next, I have another card. This is from Jane. Such a pretty Valentine's design. Jane, thank you so much. Lisa, the Gulf Coast Crafter, sent this. First of all, I love this card. This is a Spellbinder set that I absolutely love. Her card is incredible. The detail is so good. She sent me a lovely note, but then she made me this project bag that I love. Now that I've shown it to you, I'm for sure putting a project in it. Let me zoom out just a little bit. It has a beautiful vinyl front. She also, I didn't want to take this off until I had shown you guys. Let me take this off. But you guys know I'm a dog lover. Oh, look at that. I love my dog. The cutest, cutest bag. It's absolutely adorable. Love this so, so much. Lisa, thank you. And look at this, you guys. I saved this for the back. This is my boys. This looks exactly like my boys, and I love it. How beautiful is this? It's embroidered. I literally had no words. It's so beautiful, Lisa. I love it so, so, so much. And then, that's not all. She had this made for me with my logo. Let me show it against this white. It's just this beautiful, clear piece to use as a thread drop. I love it. Lisa, thank you, my friend. You completely made my day. This is so, so beautiful and so thoughtful. Thank you so much. Okay, finally, we'll be honest, I was a little overwhelmed. I opened this. This is from Kathy, and she made this beautiful card, and she sent some charts to give as giveaways. So Kathy, thank you. But you guys, I had mentioned in a video that I have not swatched my felt, and she said she was swatching her felt, and she made me her Pashta felt. She made me swatches. I did cry. Thank you so much, Kathy. This is absolutely amazing. I can't even adequately express how amazing this is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am thrilled, and this was an incredibly thoughtful gift, and I will use this constantly, and thank you. I don't have words. I appreciate it so, so much. So thank you guys so much for your kindness and for your stitchy mail. You guys truly make my day. It's funny, going to the post office is now Ethan's job. And so I think he loves it. I mean, when you guys send him candy, he'll be your best friend for life. So thank you guys for thinking of Ethan as well. That's so sweet of you. Since he's my last baby man-child, I don't know. He's tall and he's a big kid. I don't know. But thank you for thinking of him, because it does make his day and he thinks it's pretty cool. So thank you guys so much. Let's do a little haul. I got my Fine Frenzy Floss Club from Fat Quarter Shop. So this, they're doing it alphabetically now. I think they started this last year. I do love it because I end up having a lot of the colors I need. So here are this month's colors. So beautiful. I'll add those to my stash. I also am in the NPI, the Fine Floss Club at Fat Quarter Shop. And this month were Valentine's. This was probably the February. I say this month, but yeah, this was the February club. I just haven't been on in a while. So here are the colors we got. These are the NPI silks. So pretty. Love those. I'll add those to my stash. I did order from Cedar River Linens, which I love. They had a couple of new colors. Plus I got a previous color. I'm going to do the previous color first. I got 36 count Overcast, which I'm sure is not going to show up great on here, but maybe. Really pretty. And again, I got the 36 count. And then they had pre-orders here a while back for several new colors. And I got two. I got Maple Bar, which is definitely a little more golden. And I got Spindrift, which is very light. And then this is Overcast. So here you can really see the difference in color. I love Cedar River Linen. It is really beautiful. So picked up some of those. Then when I was at Beach Please, I did get a couple of things. Atomic Ranch had a trunk show there with fabric. I got Vapors. This is 36 count Vapors. I love it. It's a very, very light bluish gray, I guess I would call it. But I love it because I'm not really a white stitcher. I have something that I want to stitch on, kind of a white, and I'm thinking this might be a nice alternative. This does not show the color good at all. My color today is not my favorite. It is not my friend. There. That's much closer. So I don't know what's up with my color today, everyone. So sorry. But there you go. The Vapors color. I love it. So I picked up that. The other thing I bought was Love and Learning from Emily Call. Do not judge this on this photo. This was stunning in real life. She had her sample there. I am going to stitch this. I think Jessica did a really cool floss conversion while we were there. She shopped the little pop-up shop that Thread the Needle Stitchery had there at Beach Please retreat and did a color conversion. I was going to do that, and I have the colors, and I may still. I didn't start mine because I didn't have fabric or floss. I also might do a color in cotton conversion because I have so much color in cotton floss. And I might do this on color in cotton. I know Jessica said that she isn't going to stitch this bottom part. I don't think I am either. I think I will cut it off right down there at the bottom where the house and the tree are and just do this alphabet. It is beautiful, you guys. And this will be coming out. If it's not out yet, it's coming out soon. I meant to look and I haven't yet. Also at Beach Please, I'm going to take this out to show better. We got a couple of exclusive charts. Now they are exclusive to Thread the Needle Stitchery, I believe, for a year. We got Take Me to the Beach Please. And you could leave the words off if you didn't want to stitch that and didn't go to the retreat, but cute little mermaids. And we also got Stitching at the Sea, which Emily finished in this little box, this little, oh, what is this? On the Edge from Chantal 141 Design. So another way to use those cute little finishing pieces from Chantal. Love, so much fun. I'm actually passing this along to a friend who has a dear friend that we both know who loves mermaids, and she wants to stitch this for her. We got it kitted with Ada, 16 count Ada, I believe. Does it say? Hold on, I'll tell you. And all the DMC. Here's the fabric. It's really pretty. So, again, I'm going to share this with my friend for now, but if you are interested, you can pick this up from Thread the Needle Stitchery because it is so fun. So fun. Thank you, Emily. All right. Next, I got my project folio from Rika, House of Stitch and Stash. This is Teresa Kogut fabric. That's what the fabric way I chose. So pretty. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to be putting all my Easter stitching in here now that I've shown you. Love this. Thank you, Rika. I mean, I pay for it, but thank you for offering such beautiful project folios. And then at the retreat, I didn't get this at the retreat, but Jessica had these Golden Forge scissors. And I came home and purchased these. Let me tell you where you can get them, by the way. At Hoop and Frame. Now, I do believe they're sold out again, but sign up to be notified. That's what I did. And I was able to order them. And they are maybe a little pricier, but I'm going to tell you this. These are nice and sharp and pointy and get under your stitches. They are fantastic. I'm taking them out now. So beautiful. And they're so sharp. So they're going to get underneath those stitches really, really well. And again, these are called Golden Forge scissors. And I got them at Hoop and Frame. They come in this kind of ivory or off-white color and also in red. Let me just get that out so that I don't hurt myself. Okay. Then my friend April sent me her Lucky Clover spool. I am going to do my very best. I am really going to get mad at this light. That's all I got to say. I'm going to do my best to stitch this weekend. I don't really decorate for St. Patrick's Day on the regular, but my friend Lori made me some felt shamrocks with Posh Design felt stitching dies, and I think those with this would be super cute. And then I have a little quilty project that I'm going to do my very best to stitch up or sew up this weekend, and just make a little vignette just for a little St. Patty's Day. I love these. I do think I'm going to pull from stash and do overdyes for this, and I will let you know what I end up using. But so cute. April, thank you so much for the Lucky Clover spool. Okay, last but not least, Fat Quarter Shop's Sew Sampler came. This is the February box. Trending Tradition, it says. And of course on the back there's always a coupon. This month we got Quiet Grace by Kim Deal. And it is a little jelly roll. I'm not going to take it out right now because jelly rolls look like a mess. So here is the pattern that came with this. It's really pretty. Let's look and see what else. Make sure I get everything. So more than likely I will give this away. We also got the super bright flexible LED craft light. Ooh, I'm going to try this on for your sewing machine. So that came. I'm excited about that. We got some thread. We got the Hiroshima needle. This is the number 10 quilting needles by Tulip. Okay, that's cool. And we got our Cosmos Block 11. I really got to get on this, you guys. I need to quilt. That's why I've been working on cleaning up my craft room, because it's been so messy I haven't wanted to. So I'm going to give away some of the items from here in a future giveaway. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop, for the awesome box. Love these. I love these sew samplers. Okay, everybody, I think that is it for this week. Please join me next week as I announce the next SAL that I will be hosting. All the information about it will be available. Well, I'll first share it in next week's Flosstube, and then it'll post everywhere else at the same time. I'm also going to share an Easter finish parade, I suppose, if you will. What I have stitched from last year, when I think that was probably my first year of Easter stitching, and I'll show you my decorations and what I have. Hopefully I'll have some more finishes for next week. But I will be sharing all of that as well as what I've been stitching and working on. So until next time, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you get lots of stitching in. Stay tuned for the giveaway winners I'm rolling next. I'm not doing giveaways this week. I just need a little break, so I'm not going to do any giveaways, but I will have some giveaways for you guys next week, so stay tuned for that. Lots of fun things coming, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I can't thank you enough for subscribing to my channel and supporting me, and just being a part of this amazing stitching community. Love you guys. See you soon. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.